It's late at night. You think you're safe. You turn the lights out, and then you hear scream and shout. No one's home. You're alone. Lay back down, pull up your sheets. Your knees start to feel weak. You can feel your heartbeat. Is your door closed? You feel your feet exposed. Now you're in a state. It's much, much too late. You can't escape this deadly fate. Warning, the following podcast contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Okay. Welcome back to Sinister Ghouls, Twisted Sisters, your paranormal, true crime, and everything creepy podcast. I am your host, Ghoulie Gonzo, and we have back today...
Me, Jojo.
Jojo.
Hello.
And Poopy. I ate a cracker.
Cracker. That's all right. It's summer.
Oh man. Yeah, eat crackers. It's okay.
I feel like you...
With butter.
It's like you're at the beach.
Put the butter out.
Got the butter on it?
High cholesterol.
Oh, you can't have butter.
I can have whatever I want.
I can't believe it's not butter. Can you have that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's oil-based, right?
I don't know what the difference is.
God. So today, there is no... They didn't realize that I had to take over the recording extra sounds for now because of, I don't know what's going on, or there's a connection, I don't know, and I'm not like a computer whiz.
Yeah.
But that that whole thing
I like it better.
was oh, fuck. Oh God, we're back. They've been here celebrating.
We've been here since like 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, a little late. We got here late because we lost track of time.
Yeah, so for 3.5 hours we sat out back on our canopy
Lost track
celebrating.
Love.
Mm-hmm. Celebrating love.
Yeah.
So we're messed up. Yep.
Love.
And when we trouble, I'm joking on my cracker. I have no more apple juice. Bum bum. That's what I have. Bum 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 bum. Is Michelob Ultra, you guys?
I have watermelon flavored spit. I'm swallowing.
I have watermelon. She said, I have flower melon.
It made me thirsty.
I put this watermelon
Waller.
candy in my mouth too with my thick crackered tongue.
What? Thick crackered watermelon.
I got crackers stuck in my throat and I'm using my saliva to get it. It's like my tongue is covered in crackers. Oh God! We have listeners in Russia.
Oh, vodka.
The last one before that was Hong Kong.
Oh.
Yep. It's slowed, but our listeners have slowed down a little bit because of the every other weeks.
Oh, it's summer.
But we'll see how it goes because
Lo siento.
I have some extracurricular things I'm doing.
Life's happening, guys.
Mm-hmm. So
And when life
twice a
happens,
month
things
is
happen.
yeah. So we'll see, but we may keep it twice. Do every other week, and then randomly I might get a wild hair in my ass, like you said, and do a next one.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll come back to that. I gotta open up some time to sleep
Yeah.
because I'm up all hours of the night.
Not sleeping.
Oh, what up?
Oh.
So we've been celebrating. I've been drinking. No,
We actually have not been drinking.
just celebrating. We're fucked up though from not drinking.
Life. Yeah.
So
Because it's so early.
So, all right. Today, we're going to talk about
Oh my god.
sleepwalking murders.
It's not funny.
This is not a joke.
I don't know why I laughed.
Warning. Oh, that's the other thing. But yeah, no, warning. Never mind.
True. Yeah. What?
Okay. Sleepwalking murders. She laughed again.
I don't know why.
Listen, you guys, it's because we're celebrating. We're gonna get, they're like, all right, just fast forward the last 28 seconds. It's just repeated.
Yeah.
Okay. Brooke Chantel Preston grew up in Wyoming, Pennsylvania. Is that Wyoming?
Where's that?
Who the fuck threw that?
Oh,
Wileasing.
I'm just gonna say right.
Her friends described her as beautiful and funny, a spitfire personality, loved by everyone who knew her. She was affectionately named Cookie, and I'm not talking about the dog downstairs.
Cookie.
Cookie is the neighbor's dog downstairs. I thought it was his mother's nickname, so when I first met him, I was like, "Cookie's your mom?"
You imagine?
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah. 50s. And yes. So,
Cooks.
she had a nickname named Cookie or Little Princess by those who weren't close or closest to her, according to her obituary. What? Loved by everyone who knew her. She was affectionately named Cookie or Little Princess by those who were closest to her, according to her obituary. She loved everything that sparkled. Jor or Jojo.
Oh,
God.
spicy.
She,
The root beer one?
yeah, it's so good. I almost tastes like black licorice.
You know what?
Root beer, licorice. So she liked things that sparkled, and she had a tattoo that read, "The sky is the limit." The hopeful high school graduated, moved to West Palm Beach to live with her sister, and she went to the college there, State College of Florida.
Yeah.
So Randy Herman Jr., who the two girls had known since they were teenagers. Now her sister was close to her age. Moved to Florida around that same time, and the friends soon became roommates. So it was this dude, Randy, and Brooke, and her sister. So after earning her associate's degree, Preston landed a job in Buffalo, New York.
Hey.
That's where she planned to move. Is that your tootsies? Tootsies. We put our bare tootsies on each other. So, okay. Did you make so Brooke planned on moving to Buffalo, New York with her boyfriend. But the night before she was supposed to move out, Preston allegedly expressed some concerns to her friends about her roommate's odd behavior. According to WPTV, WPTV, Preston had left the house that night because Herman was acting strangely and making her feel uncomfortable. And I was told he went into the closet and was like naked, like he was just being weird. Yeah.
On drugs?
I don't know. The next day, she returned to the house to pick up a shirt and to say goodbye to Herman, but it would be the last thing she ever did.
Oh, wow.
Randy Herman Jr. at 9 p.m. This is just like the next chapter.
Okay.
Randy Herman Jr. 9 p.m. on March 25th, 2017, Randy Herman Jr. drove to a nearby park and called the police. During the call, he tearfully confessed to murdering Brooke Preston, saying, "Someone's been murdered. Just send the police. It was me, and I'm sorry." So, when police arrived at the scene, they found Herman covered in blood and Preston's body still underneath the blanket.
Oh my God.
Her body was riddled or covered with knife wounds to her back, throat, abdomen, and along with a ton of defensive injuries to her left hand. Herman was arrested on the spot after police saw the bloodstains on his clothes and a cut on his hand. So Herman claimed that he texted Preston or Brooke that morning, asking her to pick up one of her shirts that she had so she can give it to one of their friends. When she arrived, he claimed he gave her the shirt and they said their goodbyes before he went to sleep. Okay. According to the Palm Beach Post, Herman claimed that he had no memory of killing his childhood friend, until he found himself standing over her body with blood all over him holding the knife. So he was frightened and confused, he said, so he called 911 and admitted to being responsible for her death, but only because no one else was present. So, at Randy Herman Jr.'s trial for the murder of Brooke Preston, his defense took an unusual approach. claiming he was sleepwalking during the murder and was not guilty by reason of insanity.
He fell so deeply asleep in just a few minutes that he went into sleep mode to kill. And like oh, I was so asleep. I didn't wake up. And she was fighting back and yelling. No. Why?
The shocking story made waves through all of the media.
Yeah,
so the media frenzy intensified because it was revealed that Herman's father, Randy Herman Sr., had also been accused of murder, having allegedly killed his girlfriend in 2005. But he didn't. But he died by suicide before he was arrested. So, okay. So during during Herman's trial, that's why I called her Hermel. Forensic experts testified that the crime appeared to be sexually motivated.
Yeah.
Referring to an alleged incident from the evening before when she told people she was uncomfortable before the murder happened the night before that, which Herman had hid naked in Preston's closet after a night of heavy drinking. Prosecutors claimed that it was this incident that made Brooke extremely uncomfortable and prompted her to leave that house that night before her murder.
Sad.
But there was never any evidence that Preston or Brooke and Herman, even romantically, were ever involved, ever.
Not probably from her perspective, but he's probably
Jordan Preston, her sister, denied that there had ever been any romantic interest between them. There seems to be no logical explanation for the killing, no apparent motive, no history of violence, or, aside from that one alleged incident the night before, there's no reports of any issues having been present or whatever in between the two of them ever.
I don't think there needs to be. That one issue was enough, and then she's dead the next day.
Right. So, the case against Randy Herman Jr. focused on the brief time frame between Preston's return to the house and the report of her murder. During the trial, Herman and his lawyer argued that he wasn't conscious when he was stabbing her for more than 20 times.
Get out of here.
And should be found not guilty by reason of insanity.
No.
Prosecutors questioned the plausibility of Herman's sleepwalking defense. So arguing and saying that it was impossible, implausible, that he could not have had that time to fall asleep, that much time.
That's what I'm saying.
To begin sleepwalking in the time it would have taken Preston to leave the house. So,
because he'd have to enter that deep, deep REM sleep.
So she leaves, takes her shirt and leaves. And you lay on the bed, you fall asleep, you catch her before she leaves the door. That's so quick?
No, not real. No,
so what's more, or what's even crazier, is forensic psychiatrist Dr. Wade C. Myers testified that Herman couldn't have sleepwalked through such an elaborate act of violence.
No.
Prosecutors concluded that Herman must have murdered Preston consciously and obviously intentionally.
I think so.
So the skin, the bone, okay, this is skin, this is bone, this is muscle that he's stabbing. Assistant State Attorney Reed Scott said. You're not going to sleepwalk through stabbing that, pretty much.
Yeah.
After 5 hours of deliberation, the jury reached a verdict, and in May 2019, he was found guilty of first-degree murder in the fatal stabbing of Brooke Preston.
Good.
Before Herman's sentencing, Jordan Preston tearfully spoke about how her life has changed since her sister's death. The two had been very close and had lived together for more than 6 months before Brooke was brutally murdered in the house that they lived in and shared together.
How sad.
Yeah. The last few years without her has been awful, Jordan said. Our lives are totally different. Herman is currently serving a life sentence at Hardy Correctional Facility in Bowling Green, Florida, according to the Palm Beach Post.
Oh,
yeah.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, that is interesting. Wiki. Just so people know, you can look at it. Wow. All right. Let's listen to this one. I got something new for you.
Wait, these happen more? There's more?
There's one more that I'm telling you about. It's a really well-known one. Oh. So, oh wait, is it? Yeah. The two men, this is how I was going to start.
What?
It's written in, just listen. The two men face each other in an interview room at the Phoenix Police Department. 1:53 a.m., January 17th, 1997. Sorry, I have a sexy voice again.
Oh.
It's a lot of screaming. Veteran Detective John Norman introduces himself to Scott Lewis Falater. Okay, Falater. Falater. I'm going to call him that. Who is seated in the corner of this room. His back is literally against the wall. Norman, which is the, what did I say? Veteran detective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The two men face each other in the interview. Why is that? Did it right? Do it like 8 times? Okay. Norman is dressed casually. Falater is clad in red plaid pajama bottoms and a white t-shirt.
Oh.
He is barefoot. His hands are folded on his lap and his shoulders are slumped. Are you okay? Cold? The detective asked him.
Mm-hmm.
Falater said nothing. He ignored the question. And then he said, I'm afraid that this means my wife, Yarmila, is dead, he says. Yeah. The 41-year-old Falater sways, looks nervous, leans against the wall, puts his head against it, looks up, crying, covers his face with his hands. So the detective asks again, are you okay? This is his interview. Yeah. Yeah. The detective reads Flater the Miranda warning against obviously self-incrimination because he's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the suspect says he understands his rights and waives all of them. So Norman, Norman's the investigator, tells Flater that his 2 teen children are safe, and then he gets to the point. So tell me what happened, he asked Flater. And then from what the neighbor said, he said, you guys have never fought before, you and your wife. So then he says, I loved her. What set the thing off, got it going, question mark. He's talking confused, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You think I did it? I don't know what makes you think that. Well, because I have a neighbor staring at you watching you do it. That's why.
Okay.
Somebody watched you do it, dude. Jeez. So it's not whether you did it or not. That's not my concern. I want to know why you did it. I'm sorry, I don't remember doing it, he said. The detective asked what he does remember about that evening. He said, I remember I was in bed. I heard the dogs go crazy, and I heard all the voices came down, and you guys were all over me. God. You remember more than that, Norman, said to him the investigator. I'm just going to say Norman.
Okay.
No, she stayed in bed. She stayed on the couch downstairs watching ER, and I went, so how'd she do that? No, she stayed in bed. She stayed on the couch. Okay, so maybe that's where she's sleeping. She stayed on the couch downstairs watching ER, and I went up to bed. What did you guys argue over, Scott? Nothing. How did she die? So Flater peeks through his hands and waits for the answer like he knows a response.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, the neighbor says you stabbed her and drug her over to the pool and held her under the water in the pool.
Oh, he didn't
and
do that.
watched you do it. From what people and now, why are you watching someone do that?
Yeah, right. Fucking help.
I know. Listen, some people have an issue with that. Because some people say don't put yourself in danger.
Well, then at least call 911 right then. Did they?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yeah, so good. So, from what people are telling me about you guys, you spend a lot of time in the church. A real quiet family and a real out of character. I want to know what you went through that led to something like this, or something that set you off like this. What did she do to set you off like this? Nothing. What did you do to set yourself off like that? Something set you off, Scott. So later. I'm sorry, I just don't know. Help me with this, Scott. This is hard for me to understand. You can say that again. I just don't know. I loved her. I've been married to her all my adult life. She certainly didn't deserve to die. She was a good wife, a great mother. So are my kids. What went wrong? I'm sorry, nothing. Nothing went wrong. I love my wife and I love my kids. So he's trying to get him. Norman says that he heard nothing but positive things about Flater. He's a product manager at Motorola Semiconductor Plant and a youth group teacher at his Mormon church. A few unproductive minutes later, the detective asks Flater how he became stained by blood. He responds with, what blood? He said, the blood that's all over your neck. So he touches his neck, and he said, here? I didn't know there was blood on me. Norman points out to Flater that he also had a band-aid on a fresh cut on his right hand. Flater said he doesn't remember sustaining that cut or applying a bandage. Norman adopts a more confrontational approach this time. I know you're lying, he says. Too many people heard you yelling and fighting with her. Too many people saw you push her underwater in the pool. They know you and they saw you doing it. That is a fact. And I want to know why something like this happened and what set you off. I'm sorry, I just don't know, he says. Okay, if that's the way you want it, Norman said, but you're going to jail for first-degree murder. Yeah. So, Flater asked the detective to deliver me from evil. Flater asked the detective to deliver a message to his kids. Tell them I love them no matter what they hear. Tell them I love them. I would hate you.
Because I don't think he was sleeping. Doesn't
No.
water wake you up? Hold her
They
underwater?
They say.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, why would a deeply religious, mild-mannered, teetotaling, financially stable, seemingly devoted husband and father stab his screaming wife 44 times
44? No.
by the lighted swimming pool as their teenager slept upstairs? Why, as a neighbor looked on minutes later, would this man roll his mortally wounded wife into a pool and hold her head underwater?
Yeah.
Those are the case's central riddles, like the questions, and they may never be solved. Like people may not really ever know. So, one question. However, it will be answered by Flater's first-degree murder trial in Maricopa County Superior Court.
Maricopa County. We always hear that on the crime show.
Yeah. Scheduled to start in February. That is, can Scott Flater and his defense team convince jurors that he killed his wife while sleepwalking? Yes, sleepwalking. That's the sole defense noted in Phoenix attorney.
Wouldn't be able to convince me.
No. Mike Kimmerer says he'll raise it's Kayam. It's Kimer.
Kimmer.
Says he'll raise during the trial before John Ron Reinstein. At first blush, I think that was a judge. It seemed far-fetched, almost laughable. Does anyone really believe that every man without apparent rhyme or reason can suddenly act like one of Charles Manson's murderers or buddies or whatever? No. Even Flater said he initially scoffed at the sleepwalking defense, which he considered bullshit, pure and simple. So he thought it was pure and simple bullshit.
It is.
I thought my brain had thrown a rod, and I thought I was going to a state hospital or to the prison for life. That was before I even knew that you can take drugs that change your sleeping patterns at night. At that point, I was saying I'd accept lifelong probation of living alone, let my kids sleep somewhere else, lock me on my own because I don't want anyone else to be hurt.
Yeah, but you're still saying you want to be at your house.
Right. Later, he says, sometimes when I think about it, I wonder, what kind of Jekyll and Hyde am I? There's no way I would or could hurt Yarm, his wife. I didn't know that something like that could be in anybody I ever knew, or anybody I've never known, and much less would ever know. Okay. But Flater continues to deny recalling the stabbing and drowning. Dubious as the sleepwalking defense sounds to the uninitiated, conviction is a foregone conclusion. So, on many levels, Flater's case resembles others around the nation and in Canada in which sleepwalking defense is provided successfully, which is crazy.
But I bet it's got other things to it than just. I mean, you're not sleeping through that.
No. So, Flater has a history of sleepwalking. Showing such histories has proven imperial in similar cases. Attorney Kimmerer says independent testing on a device called polysomnograph indicates that Flater fits the profile of a sleepwalker. Flater was once under severe stress at work, resulting in serious deep sleep deprivation before the murders. Experts cite such factors as classic triggers or sleepwalking incidents. So Flater's defense team will insist that he unknowingly killed her. A preschool teacher's aide a month shy of her 42nd birthday.
No.
Psychiatrists call it non-insane automatism. Yeah. A state in which a person has no control over his or her actions and behavior is like robotic. Sleepwalking may distinct from dreaming. It seems part of the brain awakens enough for a person to perform complex acts like cooking, cleaning, in rare cases, inflicting violence. The rest of the brain remains asleep, and the person often recalls nothing of the act. Most sleepwalking episodes are fairly harmless, frequently funny or humorous. One sleepwalker routinely downed sticks of butter without knowing it.
Oh,
Another had a somnambulistic yen for cat food sandwiches. Ew. A third would wash, dry, and fold laundry without having a clue that they had done it. Still, other sleepwalking events.
I'm not that sleepwalking.
Yeah.
Nice.
Still, other sleepwalking events had more dire consequences early this decade. An Iowa college student with a history of sleepwalking walked barefoot across a frozen pond onto a highway.
Didn't stab somebody.
Where a truck struck and killed him.
That's awful.
Yeah.
But still didn't stab someone 44 times and drown them.
Yep.
Right.
Falater was sleepwalking when he stabbed his wife, then awakened and realized what he had done. And in a panic, he just finished the job holding Yarmila underwater, then left her lifeless body to float in the pool. We're gonna take a break. Wait, no, tell me how you feel first.
Freak out.
Say it. What do you think?
Bullshit. So either way, if you really were sleepwalking, then you woke up, your wife's not dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So let me finish killing her. No, you did it. You killed her.
Mm-hmm.
You killed your wife because you're an asshole and you're probably cheating on her.
They always are. They always are. They are. And with that, you guys are gonna enjoy some break song by Papa Cool. And enjoy your boo 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 break.
Making a dream on this little boo 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 break. Da da ba da boo boo boo. Boo 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 boo.
And we're back, and I just rubbed my tootsies against my sister's, and she said, "Say it again."
Get your little carpet grippers out of here.
Get these little carpet
Carpet grippers.
These little
Carpet grippers.
get those carpet grippers. What the fuck did you say?
Carpet gripper.
Carpet rubber. So now we're gonna finish up. In conclusion,
And now for the conclusion of
part 2.
Sinister Ghoul. Sister episode.
Sister.
Falater was sleepwalking when he stabbed his wife, and then when he awoken, he realized what he'd done, panicked, and finished the job. That's where we left off.
So
putting her underwater. Mm-hmm.
Now, to me, whether you were awake or not, you killed her while you were awake, and you're a demon. So go to prison.
And you're a demon. So the jury,
I hated him.
found Scott Falater guilty of first-degree murder.
Yes.
Murder. In a 1999 post-trial interview with 2020, some of the jurors said that they could believe Falater stabbed his wife while sleeping. They could believe that, but not that he went back to drown her.
That's what I'm saying. That's the part where now it doesn't matter. I don't care if you were
Yes.
sleeping for 4 minutes. Like,
Right.
no.
One juror also noted that the murder weapon was a hunting knife. Falater said he must have been using in his sleepwalking state to try to fix the pool pump.
What?
But
How
that
do you
kind
remember
of
that?
knife,
Yeah.
but that kind of knife, the juror said, is something that is not used for any other purpose except for killing.
Yeah, aren't hunting knives like wild? I think you just caught a fucking bug out of the air like Mr. Miyagi. Let's see. Nope.
She really thought she was Mr.
I did think
Miyagi's
for a
student.
second.
Danielson. Jojo-san.
Yeah, no, that guy's an asshole and he did it.
Oh my god, ice cold orange juice with a little bit of water and ice is good.
That's orange juice. Can I have a sip?
Mm-hmm.
I love orange juice.
It's a little watered down, a little bit.
Well, let's see. You're dramatic sometimes.
Mm.
Or sometimes it might be a lot. It's pretty fucking watered down.
Is it?
It's not terrible, but...
So good. I'm eating a root beer candy, so that's weird.
Oh.
Tastes good. It tastes good. For real. For real. It tastes good. Okay. So, he's a liar. I mean, you're using a hunting knife. It's only for killing. So Scott Falater faced a possible death penalty at sentencing the following year. But after listening to the series of characters' witnesses who testified on his behalf, including his 2 children who pleaded for his life, the judge decided on a life sentence without parole. Yeah.
I have no say in it.
That's what I'm saying.
Which, you know what, maybe whatever. If that's what the kids wanted, I don't know.
So, true crime involving unusual behaviors or surprising criminal acts is one of the most popular genres in the U.S. So, when surveys were done, around half of Americans say that they enjoy this type of content. From TVs, books, movies, podcasts, they like this type of true crime criminal act stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But is violent sleepwalking a true crime?
Like, do you think it's real? No.
No, I don't buy it.
Wait, no, I think you
What do
could
you
hurt
think?
somebody in your sleep.
Let me turn it this way just so I can
I
hear you.
don't buy it.
I think you
Okay.
could hurt somebody in your sleep. I don't think you could
I think
actually.
it punch someone for sure.
I don't think you could actually kill somebody. I think that's probably a lot harder to do
Mm-hmm.
and stay asleep the whole time. To actually murder another person while they're fighting and screaming and yelling back.
Yeah.
Like, yes, she's kicked me on accident before in her sleep. You know what I'm saying? And then she wakes up when I say, "Hey, you fucking kicked me."
Yeah.
And then she says, "Whoa, I'm sorry," because she doesn't want to murder me.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't believe it.
Can it form the basis of a valid legal defense, do you think?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So, according to researchers who conducted reviews in May 2023 and early 2024, they found that though rare, homicides could be committed by a person who is sleepwalking.
Maybe if they have a gun and shoot once, yeah.
That gun's gonna wake you up, though.
Yeah, but you could still kill somebody.
Yeah, go.
So, a trusted source, Science Direct, the leading platform of peer-reviewed literature that helps you move your research forward. So let's see, Academic Journals publishes the highest quality journals and delivers this research on the widest possible audience. Sleep forensics is where true crime meets sleep science. National Library of Medicine, Biotech Information, the National Center of Biotech, give me all the shit, whatever.
Whatever.
Information advances science and health by providing access to the genomic information, which is all fucking technical. You guys already know because I don't know any of it.
I have to say, the past few things you've said have sounded like foreign language.
So by analyzing how sleep disorders affect criminality, for example, the sleepwalking defense, or it's called parasomnia. The parasomnia defense is a legal argument that a person is not responsible for acts committed while still sleeping.
It all depends on the case for me. If you shoot somebody on accident in your sleep, I might believe that one. You're not stabbing somebody over and over and over again and not waking up. I don't believe that.
Mm-mm.
Unless maybe you stab them once and it's where it counts, and then you're like, whoa, holy gosh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But why are you sleeping with it? Okay. Well, let's not get deep. Okay. Several recent studies have found the parasomnia defense to have been successfully employed to acquit defendants of violent acts, including homicide, physical assault, and sexual assault. You're not sleepwalking and having sex with me.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
No, you're not.
You're going to wake up because somebody's going to
There's going to be a crime because if you ever try to sleepwalk and have sex with me, I'm going to tear your dick off. You're going to choke on it.
Yeah.
And then I'm not calling 911.
That you're so asleep, but you're like, oh, I'm taking off her pants while I'm sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And she's screaming and fighting, and
sounds to me like they just had a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Well, they all lost.
Like I said, yeah.
Oh,
So
wait, the ones we read, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, God, that's so good. It's so good. The root beer one's so good, dude.
You know what? I almost felt allergic to.
No.
It
What?
made my mouth feel tingly.
And numb?
Yeah, I
Yep.
like that.
Me too.
You like it?
Yep.
Just laugh like I found her at the end of the Lost Boys, or the dad at the grandpa
Grandpa?
of the Lost Boys. Who does that?
So, in most criminal trials, a guilty verdict requires proving that a person committed a voluntary act with intent. I just looked at the time, so I lost my track. Or awareness of the consequences of their actions.
No, I don't believe it.
No,
I
no.
cannot. Don't put me a jury on that case. I
Mm-mm-mm.
don't believe it.
But certain sleep disorders can enable unconscious physical activities.
Sure. And I'm sure you can walk around, you can eat food, you can make things. I understand, but you're just not going to actually wouldn't it be to kill a person and have them not move at all so you don't realize it?
Right.
Listen, eliminating knowledge or recognition of the behavior that you have while you're doing it.
What's that mean? Like they just don't
Like
remember?
they just, it like takes away any knowledge of what they're
Nah,
doing or
my cat
recognizing
did.
what they're doing.
Everyone like seems like, I don't remember. I blanked out.
Yeah.
I blanked out. No, you didn't.
No.
You know what you did?
No, you didn't. You know what you did.
I have no pity for you.
So, parasomnias are types of sleep disorders that involve unwanted behavior while sleeping or transitioning in and out of sleep. Academy of Sleep Medicine sets standards and promotes excellence in sleep medicine, healthcare, education, and research. So, examples of parasomnias including sleepwalking, sleep talking, and sexsomnia. I want to see what sexsomnia is. I can't. Oh, hold on. I could click on it, but I don't want to right now. I didn't look it up. I should have. Yep.
I can look it up.
Look it up. Sexsomnia. Sexsomnia.
What did you call me?
These behaviors occur when the brain isn't completely awake or asleep.
Huh. Let's see.
So is that like the in between? God, my laugh.
Sex.
My guy friend. What do I call him?
Your
My
man friend.
man likes it.
Sexsomnia.
Wait, no, I said something. I don't think he does.
You said your laugh. Oh yeah.
Yes, my laugh. He likes my laugh.
How do you spell sexsomnia?
Sexsomnia. Sexsomnia. The fuck did you call it?
Sexsomnia. Sleep sex.
Sexsomnia.
Sexsomnia, also known as sleep sex, is a distinct form of parasomnia or abnormal activity that occurs while the individual is asleep. Why do men thrust in their sleep?
What?
One cause of sexsomnia is sleep-related epilepsy.
So you're thrusting your cack, and that's a sleep-related epileptic move?
It can cause a person to experience sexual arousal, pelvic thrusting, or orgasms in their sleep. Sexsomnia.
Is that wet dreams then?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. All right. Well, instead, some parts of the brain, such as those that control movement, can be in a wakeful state, while other parts that control memory and consciousness remain in a state of sleep.
Okay.
In some cases, violent behavior during sleep happens while a person is trying to act out their dreams, which I think makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. You can absolutely do shit like that in your sleep.
Yes.
I don't think you can fully kill someone.
No, I think you have to stop at some point. You're going to wake up.
At some point, you're going to fucking wake up, and it's going to be not after you finish doing it, and then you say,
yeah.
No.
Oh,
my fat ass.
God, no.
Yeah,
yes,
no. It's not, you're going to wake up, and if you don't stop, it's because you're not sleeping.
Yes.
You're killing them.
Yes. In 2024, analysis of more than... I'm laughing at you calling her baby face and me purposefully looking at her, laughing at her, and then in 20. And
sometimes you sound like I'm like okay, hold on. When they got the person coming over the speaker.
Yes.
Like do an announcement.
Yes. In 2024.
Yeah, sounds exciting. Yeah.
Analysis of more than 30 reported homicides committed during sleep, researchers found several common patterns. For example, the murder weapon was often a gun or a sharp object close to the bed. Female family members were more likely to be the victims, and in most cases, involved no effort to hide the violent act. While legal cases involving parasomnias are uncommon, research has estimated that as many as 4% of adults have had sleepwalking episodes in the previous year. Another study found that 1.6% of people over the age of 15 have actually engaged in a violent act during sleep. However, this may be a low estimate since people would be reluctant to report this behavior, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So these are only people that have reported it. Nevertheless, experts in sleep forensics note that many defendants who try to use the parasomnia defense don't have convincing signs of sleep disorder. In addition, verdicts in homicide cases have been mixed, reflecting that this defense may not persuade some juries. It remains to be seen whether the parasomnia defense will become more common in courtrooms, but don't be surprised when it shows up on your favorite true crime series or podcast. I wish it would clap. Like, we don't hear this. Look, they don't tape that. They won't hear that.
Really?
It sounds like clapping, so let's... Okay. You guys didn't hear that. We did. Whoa. Listen, every fucking episode I hit reverb.
I like that.
Okay. So that is our episode today. And we feel for the victims and their families always. When we talk about anything true crime related, we look at me take it out like I'm on a TV show. We talk about true crime related true crime related deaths and topics, and we would like
And
we
want
to shout out to everyone we want to say that we actually give a shit, and we do these. Yes, it's horrible
for these people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you make your own decisions on these true crimes, and I'm talking about things, especially the ones that aren't fully, like, they never really got, what is it? I know my poor baby's sleeping over there.
They didn't get recognition.
Yeah, recognized, but like they didn't find them, so it's unsolved. It's never been solved.
I can't take those drive me crazy for the family.
Yes, so that makes me feel sad. But what I'm saying is, we truly give a shit. And sometimes when we get these episodes out, not these ones, we know the motherfuckers who killed these people. We know the poor victims that were killed by this mother effer.
Yeah.
But people don't get caught, so sometimes getting things out is good. So we love true crime, we love paranormal, we love all the shit, but we love helping too. But anyways, we're still fucked up, and we love all you listeners.
We're celebrating.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're still trying to figure out Audacity, because that's what we're using.
That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm. I think some used to call it Auto City. But
wait, doing our voices?
Yeah, like yes. It's you can see, while we're taping it. But I'm still trying to figure this out, but I'm not like taking all my time doing that, you guys, right now, because I am enjoying my life at the moment.
Lots of fun things happening.
Yes. And I got some stuff that I'm doing right now. So
it's for us to know and you to find out.
Yes, you guys. Maybe we'll have a special guest on soon. Because they did mention it. So that would be fine. So we'll see. So we are on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We are on Pandora Radio Public.
Yeah.
Amazon Music, Google Pod. What the hell's out? What's that? Well, yes. And we are also on Facebook, Sinister Ghouls / Twisted Sisters. We are on X, Sinister Ghouls / Twisted Sisters. So follow us, join us, or send a friend request to join the group on Facebook. Instagram, Sinister Ghouls Podcast. We have a lot of followers there. So there's listener support. You can follow the link. Anything helps. We don't really have enough to do shirts like I wanted.
No.
But we do have, so we do have some in there. So if you want to help us out, 99 cents, $4.99, $9.99 through the listener podcast, for podcasters. I'm sorry, Spotify for podcasters support. You can go on Venmo at Ghoulie, GHOUIL23. It's just a picture of me in a black shirt, some fake eyelashes. Yeah. You can send whatever you want to Venmo if you'd like. But Jojo and Poopo are back right now. So the next episode, we are going to have a special guest. And we all know who that is. That's going to be Papa Ghoul.
Oh, yeah.
He's got that wine. And he's got that wine. So that is why I did another true crime right now. Because the next time that we do it, we are going to be working towards notes on the Amityville possession, haunting, crime, and all. So that'll be a fun one to test Dad's friend's wine.
When you listen back to this, there's not a monster in the background. It was a burp method.
Is that what the first sound was?
It was my throat burp.
Oh.
So don't get nervous.
So that's who will be on the next time. So with that, we love you guys and we appreciate you guys. And thank you, our new Russian listeners. From Russia, whatever. Thank you to all of our listeners everywhere. And just spread us around, like I say, like butter.
Like herpes.
Like herpes. No, isn't it chlamydia? Isn't that the new thing? Or is that the thing everyone?
People have chlamydia.
Everybody gets chlamydia.
I don't know.
Here is some info for you guys. Use condoms.
Oh, yes.
How about this? Use condoms if you don't know what you're doing.
What?
If you don't know someone's clean and you're still being a little bit of a loosey-goose, you need to use condom all the time.
Should always be using condoms, right?
Yes. Now, if you know somebody's clean and you really like them.
Yeah, but still pregnancy.
and you're taking birth control,
Oh,
which 99%, if you're on the pill, that's me. 99% chance you're not. So, saying it, protect yourself on all levels, even physically, not just mentally.
What the fuck's going on?
You're going so far up your own ass, and I don't feel like following.
I'm fucked up.
Use condoms.
Just use condoms and use fucking birth control stuff. Unless you want kids. All right. So, you guys.
Your mind's in the gutter.
My mind is in the gutter.
It's gut.
It is gut. Oh, say that again fast.
It is gut.
It is gut. Doesn't it sound like a word from another planet?
It is gut.
It is gut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds a little German.
Bubble.
Bagel.
Bubble.
Bagel, that's how you used to say it.
Ew.
Oh.
Okay. So with all of whatever the fuck I just said being said, we hope that you have a fantastic day.
Stay safe.
Stay sexy.
Stay spooky.